Hey Fuzzy Goat family, Melissa here in Thomasville, Georgia. And as you can see, I have my post birthday sweater on. So I thought I'd start standing so you could see it. I did do some changes a little bit to it. So I'm gonna sit now and we can talk about that. So, whoosh. Okay. Hope everybody had a good week and got some knitting done. I certainly did. And I did finish my Novelli, and I had a couple issues. I can't remember if last time we were here. I undid I think we did. I talked about that. Undid the ribbing up here because somehow I think I must have changed a needle size. Don't know how that happened. And I didn't like it. I thought I could live with it, but then I decided I couldn't do it. So I took it out, which required me to undo the 3-needle bind off, which was a little scary. And so I did it, redid it in a smaller needle size, or the correct needle size is what I really think happened. And then I did the bind off. And when I did the bind off, she said to do it in a stretchy. So I did the Jenny's stretchy bind off, and I didn't like it. It was really loose and didn't look clean, I guess is the way of saying it. So I undid that and then did it again in the smaller needle. Then I'm looking at it going, you can see she's got the color here, which is actually, she had you knit an extra 2 inches so you could flap it in on itself, if you can see that, which I wasn't really sure was necessary, but it does give it some firmness, if that makes sense. So you knitted 2, when I picked up, I knitted 2 inches in the main color and then like a 2 1/4 of your contrast color, and then you seamed it in there. So it does give it a nice stability. And then we've got the color work on the bottom, right? So it matches, and I thought, well, I wonder why she didn't put it up here. So last night I thought, I said to my husband, what do you think? He said, yeah, I think you should do that. So I was going to unbind this off. I couldn't find I thought I found the end of my bind off, but it wasn't. It was the 3-needle. So I panicked slightly and thought, okay, so we're not going to undo this. So I picked up and did the color, and I'm not sure I like it. So I might be taking that out tonight. I think I know why she didn't do it, because it rolls. So I'm thinking I'm going to take it out. But that's okay. Yeah, live and learn. All right, let's see. What do I want to start with? Let's start with my projects. I did touch on quite a few this weekend. I didn't get to all of them, so I only brought the ones that I touched on. So I did go see... hold on. I did go see the Barbie movie, which was really fun and very entertaining. You know, if Ryan Gosling can sing and dance, I'm there. That was very entertaining. With or without a shirt on. Like, it didn't really seem to matter. I thought it was a fun movie. So I did bring this in to the movie theater. I think I'd already finished. Yeah, I had already finished the bottom and bound it off. And I did not a stretchy bind off. I think I went up a needle size to do the bind off to make it a little loose. Then I picked up for the sleeve and worked on this in the theater. But look what happened. I have a hole. So I'm going to have to fix that. It's not a drop stitch, or is it? It is not. I'm just going to have to fix it, and unfortunately, I have to decide if I want to go back. It's kind of on the top, so I might undo that. I don't know. Anyway, so I got to finish the sleeves of my mom's ranunculus. So, yeah. And like I said, I still have a full ball left. I'm in a partial on my second one. So it's pretty good. So with that being said, I wanted to show y'all some of these Hella Hanks that we have from Emma's. My husband, I believe... Oh, hey, Harriet. I think my husband's asking if the dogs got it. No, the dogs did not get it. It was a Ryan mistake. It was a Ryan mistake in the movie Barbie. All right, so we have these Hella Hanks from Emma's, which are super fun. They are merino, cashmere, and nylon. So if you could feel them, they're super soft. And they have 600 yards in them. So one of these could potentially make your next ranunculus. So let me show you some of these fun colors we have. I believe, I don't have it in front of me. Yeah, I do. I do have it in front of me. In my little Bible over here. Okay, you guys, I have something really funny to share with you. So my dad and mom have me send them my videos every week, which is really cute. And my dad the last time said, so when I sent it, I said, Dad, I sent it. He said, well, how long did you talk today? So apparently my dad likes to watch it if it's within a certain time period. Maybe, I think 20 minutes is just too long. So I'll see if I can keep it under that today. I think Harriet has not finished her ranunculus. Okay, Harriet, we got to get you in here and finish that ranunculus. All right, so I've got my ranunculus pattern here. If you want a short sleeve on the ranunculus using this fingering weight yarn, all the sizes, let's see, so these are 600 yards. You can do sizes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to size 7 with one of these. Okay, and a size 7, let me tell you, 3, 4, 5, 6, is a 59.5 finished circumference. Pretty good, pretty good. That is a short sleeve version. The long sleeve version takes a little bit more, obviously, but it looks like 1, 2, 3. Size 3 is 612 yards. What I want you to keep in mind, though, that this pattern, I think, is pretty short, croppy. So you'll probably need a little extra yardage. Keep that in mind if you want to add length. All right, so this color is Pansy. I'll go real quick in this for Dad. I'll do this real quick for my dad. This pink we are obsessed with here. It's called Love Drunk. Such a great Barbie pink. All right. This is Shell, yeah. It's got some purple in it. It's just really cool. All right. One of my favorites is Twilight. Can you guess? Like, I can't even imagine why, but it's kind of, and it depends. Sometimes it's a little darker, but just a little bit of purple in there. I love it. All right. This is our custom color, Fuzzy Goat. See that? A lot of fun stuff in there. This is Bare Necessities. I actually have some of this at home for a project. And this is TMO. I love butchering these names. Again, I can thank my dad for that. All right, down to my absolute favorite. This is Jackie O. I just think it's a classic, kind of silvery. I've got several things done in this, several things. And then this is always fun. Look at that. This is Cherry Merlot. And then one more I want to show you guys. Another favorite, Himalayan Salt. So there you go. Make you a ranunculus. And again, I wanted to mention, somebody had asked about my ranunculuses. And even this one I'm making for my mom. They say it doesn't seem as lacy as the ones on the website. That's because, folks, I did not get gauge, and which means my stitches were closer together. And I still used a 10 needle. So yes, I did use a 10 needle on my ranunculuses. And I just chose, particularly on the last one I made, and then this one for my mom, chose to go up a size knowing that I might need that extra. Does that make sense? Extra room. So just keep that in mind. Even though they look really oversized, you should do your gauge swatch anyway to make sure you at least know what your end product's going to look like. Okay? So there we go. All right. So that is the ranunculus that I have to finish. I did, am I going to go in order here? Yes, let's go in order. I did work on this a little bit last night. This is the Ryan yarn, the pattern Pothos pullover. We're going to go with Pothos. Don't know if that's right or not. Just super fun. I really love a good chart color work. So I am using, I think I mentioned, the backward loop jacquard, so that I don't have the down here. I didn't do it through the whole thing, so you don't have the show through like up here. You can see it pretty good right there. Yeah, so this has been fun. Super bright. Love it. Love this. I can't wait even to get to the body. I'm excited because I think this is going to be really cool. This bright color is just, well, that's probably more than maybe halfway, maybe not quite halfway. So it's just up here. Obviously, I don't think it's anywhere else in the sweater unless I choose to put it somewhere else. But I believe this is going to be super fun. And this is Ryan yarn. So fingering weight. There we go. All right. Let's what's my next one? This one I've been slightly obsessed with. But this is what happens when you do not play with a pattern for very long, and then you pick it up and think, oh, I got this. It's all coming back to me. That's not what happened here. All right, so I was trying to get through, all right, the top. Oh, let's see if I can get this right. I'm not sure what's happening here. Okay, I think that's right. So we got the first section of color work was 1 row. The second set is 2 rows. And the third set was going to be 3 rows. And I thought I was cooking with gas until I looked in the inside. And you can see where you drop that stitch. You can see like a little crisscross action with the orange. Okay, that's because you have to go underneath all those drop stitches and knit, and you come back up. So it makes a crisscross in the back. So I think it scrunches it up and it makes the hole. I was like halfway around my second row here, and while I was doing what I thought was correct, I was knitting through that drop stitch, but I wasn't grabbing all those, and so it made it really loose. And you can see, like I didn't, when I went back and tried to fix it. So no, I didn't go back. As I was going, I tried to correct it. So yes, if you're sweating, I was sweating while I was doing this too. And when I did it, I still didn't realize that I didn't catch all those floats down there. You see? Eventually I figured out I wasn't looking the same on the inside. Eventually, you can see, I got it right where the crisscross picked up all the floats, but here did not. So noticing that I did not go back to try to fix it, as I was going forward, that's, okay, where am I? Right here. Okay, going this way. Now I'm starting to do, it's hard to do this backwards. I'm dropping that stitch here, you can see, right? Okay, because as I go around, you can see where it's all just the, right over here. You can see over here, it's just, I haven't dropped it, so it's all just the color work. 4 rows of the color work right there. And over here, I went back and dropped those 4 rows of color work, and then I've got the orange stitch. So I'm noticing that that row is a little looser. So I'm hoping it defines itself a little bit more, but we're going to go with it and not go back and fix anything. And I still have, oh, and then so I did that and I fixed it, and then I started knitting with the orange, right? Knitting. I was so happy, excited. I'm like, why am I doing 4 rows of the orange? It's got to be the color work. I had completely done the wrong color. Oh, it was a hot mess. So I think we're on track now. But that's note to self, when you, on a more complicated stitch, you should maybe visit that stitch directions before you just start going gangbusters. So I think I'm on track now. And I think my plan is just to finish this 3rd row, even if I just do the four rows of the color work, if that makes sense, before I drop the stitch. Because I need to get done with that. I need to get done with that color work. I think it's really cool. So anyway, this is called Pop Rocks. Sorry, I don't know if I said that or not. Fingering weight color work with, again, Ryan. He had some really fun colors when he was here. I just couldn't wait to get started on it. So those will be sort of summer-esque sweaters. And we are, I know it's hot everywhere, but it is really hot. My tennis started yesterday, and we had a 2-hour clinic, and it was hot. I think when we got off the courts, it felt like 108. And it was in the morning, 9 to 11. Anyway, so then we did get some rain, and it looks like we might get some more rain. So, all right, so these are my socks, top down, I've switched back and forth, y'all. The Flexi Flips, right? They bend in the middle. You split your stitches in half, and then you have the 3rd one that you're knitting with. It just seems to, I don't get the ladder because you can really pull it tight. You can get them really close, and there's just not as much to work with as opposed to more on other double points. Although a seasoned sock knitter that uses double points, I realized she only used 3 of them and then knitted with 1, so 4 total, not 4 and then a 5th one, because that one just that 5th one just throws me over. Yes, Teresa, I love the Flexi Flips too. So anyway, I did knit a little bit on these. This is the ribbing for the heel, and I think probably have a couple more inches to go there. It's really easy, y'all. It's just stockinette on the front. That's gonna be the top of my foot, and just the ribbing on the back. So stay tuned. I'm anxious to get one of these done. I actually thought about putting it on a big needle and starting a second one, but I'm not going to do that just yet. My next pair maybe. I do have plans for a second pair, but we'll see. That is called a Magic Heel sock, and I will put that link up here too. Magic Heel sock. So there really isn't a gusset and all that stuff. It's just the ribbing, okay, that makes the heel. That way you don't have to be as concerned about sizing, because the heel is like that 5 inches, so it can vary. And what else? Yeah, I think that's it. I can't remember what else. All right, so I did pick up, and I've realized I do have a little bit to go here. I think I only have a couple more rows at this point. I did pick up, what is this called again? Lemon spritz. Lemon spritz. And I know a lot of you finish it, and I love seeing the pictures, and I am determined to finish this one. Really happy with how this yarn is doing, actually. This is Dando Silk Plus. I'm really liking that. I love the color, of course. I'm a purple girl. And I have just a couple more rows to go. I got to get 2 inches beyond the sleeve separation. I will probably try it on to make sure it's not in a weird spot to start my lace work. I think it's going to be okay. I might have to do a few more rows, just looking at it just then quickly. But I will try it on. So yeah, lemon spritz. All right, that's a Marie Green. And we do have, I'll put them up here. Do we have linen? We have linen. We have linen. Cotton. What would go well with the plant? The cotton stuff. I'll put the link up for the cotton stuff if you're interested in doing this. She strongly suggested this is not a sweater, but thank you for noticing it. It is our building blocks blanket. So we have a book on it, and you do 12 squares, I think. And we have a class in here, but there's also a book that you can buy, and each square is a different pattern. So it's a great way, let me show you. It's a great way to learn stitches. You see there? So each square is a different stitch. Then in the end you seam them together, and this is using a worsted weight cotton wool blend, which is a washable. So there you go. I'll put that link up there too. Thank you. Okay. All right, I'll show you that in a second. Oh, I already showed you this. This is the lemon spritz. Let me show you one more. I think this is it, yeah. So I think I even brought my swatch. Yes, I did. Okay. I have done my swatch. Wow, this looks really, really green. I thought it was more in this light. It's really funny. I did my swatch. I actually wet it and blocked it. This down here, I don't know if you can see that ribbing. Yeah, you can. So down here was the suggested size. I think it was 5. And I had too many stitches, which was going to make my garment smaller. I know that's kind of sometimes hard to, you think you would be bigger, but it is smaller because my stitches are smaller. So when she tells you to cast on, since my stitches were smaller, I'm literally casting on, it would be smaller. So the whole garment would be smaller. I hope that makes sense. And I could have, if I liked that, I could have stayed with that and maybe adjusted my garment size, but I decided to try with the 6 because, hey, the 6 is going to be faster, and I was okay with that. It's not too, huge difference. So I did that little ribbing to tell me this was my 6. So I did stockinette. It's done flat because it's back and forth. Did I tell you what this is the vest? This is a licorice twist vest. I think I just totally started talking about my swatch. And then I did a little bit of the, they have a rib pattern. Can you see that? It's very simple rib. So they suggested to do that as well for your swatch. So I did it, wet it, blocked it, and I think I did actually get an extra stitch in there after I blocked it. I didn't stretch it or anything like that. But I am going to probably reuse this, but I wanted to show you all that before I took it out. And you see it's getting a little kinky there. Somebody was asking about that. Oh, I had something else I wanted to tell you. I'll come back to that, to the sweater. Okay, so I am making the licorice twist vest. We're doing a class on it. I'm using Issair Merlin. Okay, so they come in these little, we call them donuts. We have several colors. We have more on the way, and we also have the color. Ooh, cheaper. That the pattern is. Let's see if I can get through this. Show you this too. So this is a licorice twist. I really like this Merlin. I like the stitch definition of what I'm using. But we also have this Manos. We have this color. We have so those colors are a little brighter. I think I showed them last week. But these are kind of earthier, which, yeah, it just depends. They both have linen in them. I was really, sometimes when I'm looking at trying to count my gauge, I do struggle a little bit, but I felt like the definition in this was real easy for me to see and, you know, count them. So, did I shoot? Yes, I did. Okay. What happened? My light went out. I think the battery just went out. That's okay. All right, so Manos is another brand, and it is, what is it Milo? No, what is the Milo? It is Milo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Milo.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Manos is the brand, and Milo is the type of yarn, right? So, sport weight. So I did start it. Didn't get very far, but I think it's going to be really kind of a cool pattern. You started yours too?
Yeah,
right?
I'll bring it over.
Mm-hmm. Hey. There you go.
I'll get mine.
Yeah, I really didn't get very far, but I was panicked to try to get to some of my other projects. I ended up on this, did I say this? Went up to a 6. So I think this is a 5. So you start off on a lower. So you really can't see much, but really what it is, I believe it's kind of like a garter stitch here. This is right now a little bit of the pattern, licorice twist, more garter right now, and that's licorice twist. And his cadences. What did you end up doing yours on? Do you remember? Did you get gauge?
It's a 4.
Oh, so she went the other way. Okay. I had to go up. I'm doing a 5 and a 6.
Well,
Are you doing what they suggested?
Continental and subject English for the ribbing,
So here's her little thing. I
and then Continental for the body.
don't know if you can see that. So she's using even something, where's yours? Right here. This is the earth. What do we call this one? Spiral grain, yeah. So it's a little stripy. See it in there? Really cool. So it'll be interesting to see how that, very gradual. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. So again, I don't think we pick up for this. There's no sleeves. It's a vest. So that will be really neat, and a striping thing too. All right, so that is the licorice twist. Got stuff falling. Let's see. Hopefully it's not my little bit of work I've got here. It is not. Saved it. All right, I got 2 more things to show you real quick. And what I thought was interesting, this is just a little, something maybe you don't think about. Okay, so this is, remember I told you I did the stretchy yarn, Jenny stretchy bind off up here as suggested, and I didn't like it. So I took it out, and look at how much yarn that put in there, right? Because, you know, I don't know if you know the stretch. I just thought that was shocking how much yarn that was. So I just cut it after I bind it off, obviously. So yeah, that's from the Jenny Stretchy. So it really does put extra yarn in there, which is why it's loose. So, all right, and so the one last thing I want to show you guys, have a lot of people that have asked about this promenade blouse that I've made. It's using Surrey silk and a DK right here. And what was I going to say? We have, oh Lord, if anybody's interested, we do have this less traveled yarn, which is very similar to the DK here. Very, very. This color is hemlock, all right? And then we have this Pasquale, right? This is mohair, silk, and yak. Yes, I have to say it. Don't talk back. I just have to say it. I don't know. It just makes me smile. Anyway, so this is a blue, so you can make this sweater. Okay, so if you need help with the yardage, let us know, but it's pretty close. So yeah, we got that. All right, I think that's it. Dad, I might have talked a little bit too long for your liking, but that's okay. And hope to see you guys next week. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to remind you about? I think that's it. Happy knitting. Check us out on fuzzygoatyarns.com, and please text us or call us or email us if you need help with any projects or you want to see some colors together. All right? Thanks. Take care.